back to football. The legendary Iron Bowl between Alabama and Auburn was played at Legion Field from 1948 to 1988, with the Tide leading the series 26-15 in that span. So I got the right guys here to talk about some rivalries. Great rivalry there between Alabama and Auburn. So we want to know, which is the best rivalry in college football? And something tells me I should start with Cam.
No. Because you know where I'm going. And I got all the documentation, the paperwork, the identification. I got EBT cards. I got Social Security. I got all type of stuff to make you understand how serious that game during Thanksgiving holiday is the biggest. The biggest. Open up the floor to these distinguished young men. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to tell you that in the state of Alabama, there's not a professional team. In the state of Alabama, when I was granted access to be the starting quarterback, Coach Chizik told me the four most important people is the starting quarterback at Alabama, the head coach at Alabama. The starting quarterback at Auburn, the head coach at Auburn. You can't say that. When I think I know where certain people are going, you can say LSU, I don't know about that. You can say UGA, I don't know about that. Then somebody would say Michigan and Ohio State. Well, in Michigan, you got so many sports teams. You got the Detroit Lions. You got the Detroit Tigers. Well, go to Ohio. You got the Cleveland Cavaliers. You got the Cincinnati Bengals. And the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on. You can't say that in Alabama. In Alabama, football is a religion. Football is a way of life. And if you don't understand that, you can't be from the South.
What you got, RC?
He's lying.
Oh,
okay.
no, my God.
That's what you got.
I would never lie.
He's lying. Honestly, if we being honest, since Cam left school, more people care about LSU Alabama than care about Auburn Alabama.
Whoa.
Yeah, listen, guys, it can't be a rivalry if one team don't ever win.
Ooh. You know what?
That's not.
They won 15 times. What you talking about?
That's not a real thing. The greatest rivalry in college football is Michigan-Ohio State. And listen, I'm an SEC guy. Toledo War was a part of this game. We watched Charles Woodson, my favorite football player of all time, go to throw hands with David Boston in this game. Jack Sawyer just last year had to be pulled off the field because the people tried to plant a flag on the field. Ryan Day had won 1 million games and was finna get fired till last year when he won the championship because he couldn't beat Michigan. When Cam Newton found a way to come back against Alabama, they wasn't trying to fire Nick Saban. So no, that is not the greatest rivalry in college football. It's Ohio State-Michigan, Cam.
I am with RC on this. Ryan Clark is correct. Cam Newton is wrong. But for a reason that, because Cam is my boy. I love him. I'm so proud of him. I don't want to do this to him. But this is the biggest reason why it ain't the greatest rivalry. It ain't really been a damn rivalry. I mean, the fact of the matter is that, since Cam departed, we haven't really paid much attention to Auburn and what's going on at Auburn compared to Alabama. That's just the truth, okay? That's just the truth, all right? And there's no way around it, okay? The reality is that Nick Saban, in terms of SEC football, Nick Saban has dominated the landscape for the better part of 2 decades. That's a reality. And when you look at it from that standpoint, there's no way around it. Now, if you were still playing and you were still doing what you did, you will be right. But that ain't happening.
Stephen A., College Game Day don't even go to the Iron Bowl no more.
No, they don't even go to the Iron Bowl.
They go to Michigan, Ohio State.
There we go.
The slander. The mud. And I don't want to be blasphemy, but forgive them, God, because they do not know what they doing. You have to understand when you're looking at these people, all they know is football. They don't have the luxury to go in-state for a team. They got to go out of state to the New Orleans of the world. They got to go out of state to Atlanta. Yes, has it been lopsided? Yes, but when you talk about the passion, when you talk about the desire, when you talk about, I know one thing, though, you better not say nothing to me. It's that type of rivalry on Thanksgiving. You can't say that about Ohio State and Michigan. They don't look like this. Man, you can lose your teeth, pray together, eat dinner, and come back and get round 2 in on doggone Iron Bowl Saturday, man. What are you talking about here?
I will say, though, at least notice in the Ohio State-Michigan rivalry, they don't even say the team up north. They don't even say their name.
They don't even say their name.
That's a different type of hate, though. That's a different type of hate, Cam.
I'm telling you about that accent.
You see what I'm saying?
How did we even get here? How did we even get? Honestly, both of y'all put up good cases, but I guess, you know, I will say it is a little lot. Just a little.
It's cool, and I understand
Man
that.
poison the tree, though.
I understand.
A tree don't do nothing to nobody.
And then told you about it.
Yeah, a tree don't do nothing to nobody.
Told you about it, though. That's how you know he was crazy.
All I
said,
know
you right.
is that the passion that I saw from Cam is the same passion I saw just the other week when the damn touchdown was overturned. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying to you,
Right.
your passion doesn't waver. So it ain't about Alabama or Auburn. You just got that passion for football here in Alabama with Auburn. I got it. I understand it. But that don't compare it to Ohio State, Michigan. Sorry.
Look, Cam is not buying it. Cam is not buying it at all, but let's stay in the state of college football. Saturday night on ABC, we've got a huge matchup between number 3 Texas A&M and number 20 LSU. RC's Tigers looking for a big win after disappointing losses against Ole Miss and Vandy last week. So RC, I'll start with you. There have been rumblings about Brian Kelly. Is he coaching for his job?
I don't think he's coaching for his job on Saturday, but if he loses Saturday, he's coaching for his job the rest of the season. Now, the thing is this, with Scott Woodard, and I always say this, he's a big game hunter, right? Like, he had to go find a basketball coach for the women's game. He didn't say, nah, we're just going to get one of these up-and-coming assistants somewhere. We're going to go get Kim Mulkey, right? He's like, you know what? We got a baseball team. We're going to go get Coach Johnson, right? And then when it came to football, he said, we're going to go big game hunting, and we're going to get Brian Kelly, the winningest coach in Notre Dame history. But you got to be a fit. Right? You got to figure out how to make the people in Louisiana want to back you. You got to say, okay, why do we love this coach? And if you can't do that, then you got to win. Right? You can't go up to Vanderbilt and lose. Right? You can't have games where you don't show up in the biggest moments. It can't be the team that your collective said, okay, we're going to go out and we're going to invest with this NIL. You can't be that team that goes spend the money and we don't see the fruits on the field. So if he doesn't go out and win against Texas A&M, that fire gets turned up real hot on Brian Kelly, and he has to win out for the rest of the season, or somebody in Baton Rouge, in Louisiana, will be putting up that money for the buyout.
Here's the deal, y'all. We got 2 people at ESPN who are synonymous with LSU at the very least. It's RC and it's Swagoo.
Yeah.
And both of them got the epitaph written. It's already been eulogized. Let's call it what it is. Let's call it what it is. Brian Kelly done. Brian Kelly done. You don't win this game. It's over.
Yeah.
It's over. Now, I'm not going to say you're going to fire him Monday, but he done. Like, if he loses this game this weekend, he's done. He won't be back next season. We all know it, okay? 4 years. In the first 4 years, Ed Orgeron had a title. Les Miles had a title. Nick Saban had a title. This is his 4th year. You trying to make the playoffs, bro. It is LSU. It's LSU. You understand? That ain't supposed to happen. But it has happened. And then we got to go back to his introduction when he first arrived at LSU and how awkward that was.
Oh, boy.
Let's not forget that, okay? Because he immediately, before practice, he alienated half the damn LSU fan base. So you got to go out there and reverse that by winning. He hasn't done it, particularly in big game competition. We thought that Clemson was going to be a big win, but we found out that their program is struggling. He got to win this game. Plain and simple. The time is up. He's had enough time. You either going to win or you got to go someplace else.
It's unfortunate that here I am again, another coach that came from somewhere else that really does not understand, and it was evident early. Does he really understand the impact of the SEC?
Yeah.
Does he really understand what it's like to really coach at night in Death Valley? Does he really understand the magnitude of that? When you have Les Miles, Ed Orgeron, Nick Saban, those guys had talent. Hey, coach, you got talent too. Now, this is the thing that keeps coaches hired. You have to have something, no pun intended, to hang your hat on. You have to have a win that you have to say, okay, we did that. Hopefully, this week versus a number 3 ranked Texas A&M team, it's either you win or you get clipped. It's that type of pressure. And unfortunately, but fortunately, you're going to be straight regardless. in this type of climate, getting the buyouts and those type of
yeah.
things. But man, oh man, when I look at this type of dynamic, man, Brian Kelly, it's time, bro.
The problem is this. Brian Kelly said he left Notre Dame so he could be at a school that could give him the requisite pieces to win the championship. Notre Dame went to a championship last year, and you haven't even been to a playoff.
That's right.
That's an indictment on who you are as a coach.
And like, I think you brought up a really good point, RC, with Brian Kelly not quite understanding the culture of football in the SEC, but also not understanding, I feel like, connecting with the players as well. I think that's a big part of it.